It was on a seemingly ordinary day that the San Antonio Spurs announced a significant change to their roster. Dominick Barlow, the forward from their G League squad, the Austin Spurs, was called up to replace Zach Collins on the active roster. Collins, who had hit his head on the court during a game against the Brooklyn Nets, was placed in the NBA's concussion protocol. This was another setback for Collins, who had already missed 13 games since the start of the year due to various reasons. This change in roster came at a critical time for the Spurs. With CD Sissoko on a G League assignment and Charles Bassey recovering from ACL surgery, the Spurs were down to just 11 players before Barlow's recall. Now the question arises, who would fill in the shoes of the backup centre for the Spurs? The answer lies either with Sandro Mamukelashvelli or the newly called up Barlow, who will likely serve as Victor Wembanyama's backup until Collins' return. Barlow, an impressive player with a standard deal, has a track record of performing well for the Spurs in limited minutes. The 20-year-old has scored in double figures in 3 of his 29 appearances. Overall, he produces 4.7 points, 3.6 rebounds, and 1.1 assists a game while shooting 51% from the field, including 33.3% from the three-point line. On the other side of the court, the Miami Heat also had to make a roster move due to Duncan Robinson's back issues. Robinson, who had returned to Miami to see a back specialist, was ruled out for the conclusion of the Heat's 4-game road trip in Cleveland. This was a significant blow to the team, as Robinson's ability to move and play with pace had been a significant asset for the Heat. To summarize, the San Antonio Spurs and the Miami Heat have made significant roster changes in response to injuries and other setbacks. For the Spurs, Dominick Barlow has been called up to replace Zach Collins, who is in the NBA's concussion protocol. For the Miami Heat, Duncan Robinson has been ruled out due to back issues. These changes highlight the fluid nature of NBA rosters and the need for teams to adapt quickly to maintain their competitive edge. So keep an eye out for how these changes will affect the team's performance in their upcoming games. Only time will tell if these moves will lead to triumph or become a stumbling block in their path to victory.